Game 4 of the 1906 World Series moved back to Southside Park. The White Sox home crowd was treated to a rematch of Game 1 of the series. While the Cubs kept their lineup the same as the first 3 games, the White Sox made a slight alteration. George Davis, Chicago's veteran shortstop, has returned from injury. George Rahi, who has proven invaluable in the last 3 games, has kept his position at third. The Cubs sent Mordecai Three-Finger Brown to the mound. White Sox once again countered with Nick Altrock. The game took place on Friday, October 12 at 1:36 p.m. There were 18,000 people in attendance. The Cubs came out swinging and quickly went after Nick Altrock. Jimmy Sheckard drew one out walk, then, one batter later stole second. Frank Chance grounded into a fielder's choice. The threat was over. But the Cubs were not done. In the second, Harry Steinfeld singled to center. Joe Tinker bunted him over. Then, on a risky play, Steinfeld advanced to third on a grounder to short. Johnny Kling then hit the ball deep to right, but Ed Hunt caught it, ending the frame. After a quiet third, Nick Altrock allowed another runner in the fourth. Harry Steinfeld reached first on an error by George Davis. Luckily for the Southsiders, Steinfeld was a little too aggressive and got caught in a rundown later in the frame. Mordecai Brown was having a much easier time with the White Sox, keeping them hitless through 4, striking out 2 and walking just 1. In the fifth, George Rahi reached first on a throwing error by Johnny Evers. He advanced to third on a bunt by Jiggs Donahue and a grounder by Patsy Doherty. But George Davis struck out, keeping the game scoreless. Each team managed a single in the sixth, but neither came close to scoring until the seventh. Frank Chance led off the top of the frame with a single to left. Harry Steinfeld and Joe Tinker put down skillful bunts to get him to third. This time the small ball approach paid off. Johnny Evers hit a single to left, knocking in Chance. Johnny Evers would get caught stealing second, but the Cubs now had a 1-run lead. The White Sox response in the bottom 7th was lethargic. Mordecai Brown retired the side, striking out Frank Isbell. The Cubs kept up the pressure in the 8th. Mordecai Brown hit a 1-out single. Solly Hoffman followed up with a double to left, advancing Brown to third. But Nick Altrock avoided disaster, getting Jimmy Sheckard to ground out and Frank Scholl to pop out to second. In the bottom of the 8th, Patsy Doherty singled to center. But, 1 out later, Billy Sullivan grounded into a double play. Cubs suffered the same fate. Frank Chance led off the top of the 9th with a single, then was later retired in a Joe Tinker double play. White Sox managed a rally in bottom 9th. Fielder Jones coaxed a 2-out walk, then advanced to second on a passed ball by Johnny Kling. But Frank Isbell grounded out to Brown, ending the game. Mordecai Brown redeemed himself after his Game 1 loss, allowing just 2 hits and striking out 5 in a complete game shutout. Nick Altrock was charged with a loss, though his performance was nothing to be ashamed of. The 7 hits were largely scattered, and only 1 run was charged. Still, the Cubs managed to tie up the series once again,